Look, it's me. Oh god. Reality is warping. Howdy. It's raining, but there are no clouds. In today's video, let me just give myself some space. Should have done this before recording, but in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to make some simple, yet good-looking reflections. So you can see it actually properly reflects what's on the screen, rather than the skybox, because everybody knows that in real life you don't just see the skybox. They don't want you to see the skybox. Anyway, this is pretty simple, so it shouldn't take too long. I'll show you how I did it, so just sit back and I hope you enjoy the video. So in Roblox Studio, there's kind of already an option to add reflections. If I add a part, you can see there's reflectance, and by default, it doesn't really do too much. Like, it just makes the part dark when you crank it up, and I don't know. If I change the skybox, let's ignore the buildings. Skybox. If I don't know, add this skybox, you'll see it reflected in the part. But if I were to put, I don't know, a part over it, you don't see that part at all. The reflections are kind of janky. What if I told you there was actually a way to get way better reflections using Roblox's textures? You don't have to use scripting or anything. Well, I'd be lying. I'm kidding. I'm not lying. It's really easy. All you have to do is switch the material to glass, and then turn the transparency to 2. You see when I highlight over the part, there's this weird, like, I don't know, it's multiplying what I'm seeing like a magnifying glass. It's, I don't know what I'm saying. I sound insane, but you can see it, right? Like, I'm not crazy. You see that. But only when I highlight it. So what you can do is, inside this part, you can add a highlight. Then we'll just turn the fill transparency to 1, and we'll turn the outline transparency to 1. Now we have this bizarre looking texture that we couldn't use previously. And the cool part is, so if you just put the transparency to 1, you don't see it. I'm not sure how to explain this. This is beyond my brain, my like primitive brain speech powers. I don't know how to speak. But the higher you put this transparency number, so if I make it 3, you'll see it's kind of like, okay, if you look from the top, the higher this number becomes, the more it goes inward. Like at 1, there's no dip. At 2, well, the grid got slightly smaller. At 3, you can see it's like starting to have like a fisheye effect. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but the higher this number is, the more like warped your reflection is. So if we put it at 2, and let me just anchor this part, and I do play here, you'll get a crystal clear image of myself, but it's not very stretched. It's showing my legs, and I know that's not how reflections work, but hey, we're getting somewhere. But if I go into this part and I turn transparency to 3, you see I'm basically a whole other me standing under myself. If I turn it to 4, it stretches me more and more. If you do like 20, you see you get like, I'm so stretched now that like, you can't clearly make me out, but it's reflective. So it's basically like the higher the transparency is, the more stretched your reflections are. But it has to be above 1. I don't know if they intend for you to go beyond 1, but at 1 there's no reflection, and at 2 there's slight reflection. You can just keep adding it. I don't know, there's a limit eventually, but like, yeah, I think it's 100 maybe. Yeah, it's 100. So like, you can just control how stretched your reflection is. So if you put it at like 20, we get pretty okay screen space reflections. Like, they're kind of hideous, but this is Roblox. We normally don't have reflections, so this is actually really cool. Look, it's me. Oh god. Reality is warping. So on its own, that's pretty cool. We have reflections that actually show the object above it in kind of a janky way. But yeah, this is actually like real reflections, and you know, they'll work with most things, but they probably still have the same limitations that grass has, where it doesn't show like decals and stuff. I haven't tested it. I just like discovered this. I was like, wow, I never knew that existed. But using this and some small like photo editing trickery, you can actually get things like puddles really easily, or you could just have the mirror. I mean, hey, if you want the mirror, you can have the mirror. So I'll show you how I made like this little I don't know how to describe it, this little piece of concrete that looks hideous with reflective puddles, because it's really easy. And I know there's really creative people out there. Hopefully somebody really creative will watch my videos. I'm assuming all of you guys are super smart, way smarter than me, I hope. It's okay if you're not though, you'll pass me soon. But yeah, You can spend more time on this than I did and get a way better effect, but I'll show you how to get the basics done. That's what I do, I teach the basics. So first thing I'm going to show you how to do is actually make like a PBR texture. You see how this texture is kind of reflective? In a way, it's showing the light. Like, this is a terrible example. This is not a good texture. I just found this on Google in like 2 seconds. But I'm going to show you how to make one of these so you can make way better textures for your games. So go to Chrome, or whatever your browser is, and just search for whatever you want your ground texture to be. So I'm just going to choose concrete. I like this concrete floor, so I'm going to save this. And then there's this really cool site called Photopea. And it's basically like Photoshop, except it's completely free. And it's web-based, so like you don't have to download anything. So I'm going to drag that image that I just saved into the Photopea software. Yeah, then I'm going to go to my eraser tool. I'm going to turn the hardness down and the size up. And whatever you like erase, that's going to be a puddle. So I'll add a puddle there. I'll add a puddle there. And hey, if you want to be really creative, you can add a bunch of like tiny puddles, but like that doesn't look good. That's a really uncanny puddle. You can just add some splashes. So like that checkered stuff behind this image, that's just transparency. That means that like basically there's nothing there. This is a transparent image. So after you add your puddles, you can just go to File, do Export As, and save it as a PNG. And then I have another site which is also like, these are all going to be in the description of the video. You don't have to search for these. I got you. So you'll see the site looks a little confusing at first, but essentially you can see there's like this image right here which has no depth. Then there's this map thingy which has like colors and rainbow stuff. And when applied to the cube, it makes the texture have height and stuff. Really, all you need to know is that we need this middle one. So what you could do is you can drag your newly created texture that you just got from Photopea into this left side. And then you want to save this thing that's in the middle. So you just right click it, do save image as, and put this on your desktop or something. And while we're at it, let's also take the one, like the same image, like this image, but without the holes in it. Let's drag that in. And let's save it without the holes. So you only have to save this middle one. That's called a normal map. After you saved all those, you are good to go. Basically what a normal map is it's just like an image that contains height data and like texture data. It's the reason why you can see like the sun reflected in this, even though it's 2D. It kind of looks 3D, but this is a terrible texture. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert a mesh part into Roblox Studio. The difference between a mesh part and a normal part is you can apply like, I don't know, say you want to make this a statue of a Roblox app character, you could. But you can also like apply things like surface appearance. So if I add a surface appearance to this, let me make it so it's not, I'm just gonna say red. I don't know how to say that. Let's make it so it's not red. And then instead of our surface appearance, we're gonna change the color map to be the image with the holes. This looks a little better, but it's still pretty ugly. When you make the normal map, you can tweak all the settings there. I recommend you just experiment. You could change the height and like how bumpy things are. This is a bad example, but yeah. Instead of the surface appearance, change it from overlay to transparency. After a few seconds, you will have your image with holes in it. Like something eated your image. We'll just make it really thin, and then we will duplicate this. We'll put it underneath itself. Then we'll change the surface appearance, normal map, to be the one that doesn't have the holes. So in our color map, we'll change that to the image, the same image but without the holes. Okay, so I do it off screen. But yeah, you just switch it to the one that doesn't have the holes. So you have a copy of all these. And then you'll switch the normal map to be the one without the holes either, but like the colorful version. You'll watch it go from being super ugly to slightly uglier in a way, but ugly with, I don't know, proper lighting. Like light reflects off of it. Now, we are good so far. But you're like, hey, we have the ground with the puddles, but like these aren't reflective at all. These are actually really ugly. I'm unsubscribing. And to that I say, you're right. But don't unsubscribe yet. So we'll just scale this down a little bit. So you have like these panels that are really thin. And then that's where we come in and we take our fancy glass. I'll make another one. Just in case you don't know how to make it, you just add the part. Just make sure it's not that red color. We'll switch the material to be glass. Set the transparency to like 2, and then add a highlight and change the highlights fill transparency to 1 and the highlights outline transparency to 1 as well, so it's all hidden. Then you could just drag this underneath these 2 panels. So we'll drag this underneath until it snaps to fill. If your Roblox Studio doesn't do this snapping thing, I made a video on my channel. It's called How to Enable the Quality of Life Dragger, or QOL Dragger. It takes 2 seconds and you'll be able to have the better dragging. Alright, so we have a reflective layer. We'll duplicate the layer that doesn't have holes and we'll put it underneath everything like a sandwich. Then we'll change the transparency of the second layer, which is the one that, like as you can see, it doesn't have holes, but it's directly underneath the one with the holes. You change the transparency, so we turn it up, and now you have reflections. In order to make them a little stronger, I'm going to change the glass transparency to be like 22. But yeah, now you have these reflections, but they don't like show what's behind. You're not seeing the base plate through it. If you don't have this bottom layer, you can see the base plate. Kinda. It's janky, but you can see the base plate. And if you don't have this layer that's directly underneath one of the holes, the reflections are just insanely strong. Like, that looks really cool, I won't lie, but it's really strong. So I like to have that bottom layer, just because like in real life, reflections don't show you the afterlife. They're so strong. Like, these reflections are so strong they bend space-time. But yeah, anchor everything, place it down. I'm gonna explain it one more time because I know I did this really fast. We just have a layer that has no holes. We have a layer that's our reflective glass. We have that same layer without holes, but slightly transparent above the glass layer. And then on top, we have our layer with holes. Then if you go and play here, you will have the nice reflections. Of course, you can make this thinner. I just have it thick for tutorial's sake. But yeah, you can see you have your reflections. And say we had... I'll add some crappy buildings from the toolbox. We'll just add buildings. I'll add this New York building. If I add this like right here, you'll see it in the reflection. It's kind of hard to tell because I chose a very boring building. But like if I were to turn off the second layer's transparency to be like 0.85, you can actually see that building there. And if I move the building, you can see the reflection adapts as well. So like these are real reflections. If I put a building like right here, and I delete this one, yeah, you can see the reflections in the glass. So I hope today's video was useful. I know I talked really fast, but for real, this project will be in the description. I have a lot of videos where I say the project's in the description and it's not, so I'm going to update all of those after this video, so you'll be able to find everything. But yeah, this is how you can make really simple reflections that actually look really good, requires 0 programming, and I don't believe this affects your performance at all. It's just the material. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll be making a lot more soon. You have a good day.